Hello, hello, crafty people. Ashley here, Make It with Ashley, and today we have Christmas in July. So this is a bit of a sneak peek at a different workshop. So I have these cards. These are part of Celebrating You. So this is going to be a special that's coming up. And so what's really cool about all of it is they have a pull tab. Okay. And so there's two. There's one that has a little thing, and then as you saw, this one is just like a fun present. Okay, so I am going to recreate kind of this style, more like the style here, but I wanted to do Christmas in July. Okay, so these are all the pieces. What I'm using, it's coming out in the new core catalog. It's the You Deserve It All stamp and thin cut. So you have these cute little birthday card and pieces. So you can see one of the sets here, so it pulls. And then the new thing, it's these tabs. So these are the tracks, which you can see I've cut into, you can see it better against here. So see that strip? So you cut the strip, and that is how far your item will pull. This is a little stabilizer piece, and this is the pull tab. So this is fun because you could do this on cards, or you could also even do this on some scrapbook layouts. It'd be very easy to have to cut a little slit in your protector for a pull tab and have hidden journaling, or have cute elements that slide up or down or across the page. You could even do something like this towards the top, so you don't even have to cut a slit, and your page protector could have some fun pull elements. So I am going to show you how do we put these together. So I wanted to do some Christmas themes. I thought this was perfect. It was either this or socks. So first thing I do, this is some retired Christmas paper, but oh my god, I love that little pattern. So cute. So I have my Spectrum Noir TriBlend marker cheat sheet. So I kind of just take my colors, hold it up against, and decide what colors I liked. So I'm bringing in the dark red blend. So that's the lighter three. The darker three would be the Jades. Actually, this green. Bottom, I kind of jade green shades, so the darker colors. And then I even tested a couple different ones. So that's the top ones together versus these are the bottom two. Those are more of the alpine green. And then I like to do that on projects just to make sure I'm seeing, what goes better. And I really liked more of that jade green with these tones. Okay, so this is a really helpful tool. If you need this, just say marker sheet, and I can send you the PDF of this so you can print and color your own. I did mine on cardstock, and this sucker's lasted for a long time. It even has a place for the metallic markers. However, I don't have all of them, so I've just colored in what I personally have. So very nice to use. Okay, so we have our pieces, but we are going to color in this part here. So I am going to need my two markers, and then I'm also going to need my white gel pen, and for some highlight, shading with the marker, highlighting with the gel pen, and it'll look super cute. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to start with the medium shade, and this is on the jade green shades, and I am going to color in the bow, but I'm just going to color in the outside of the bow. And so when I'm doing this, I'm going to do this piece at a time, and that's because I do want to blend a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to go back in with my darks, and I'm going to kind of just shade the one section. Okay. And then I can go back in with mediums and I like to do like little circular motions, kind of the overlapping it, and that's going to help kind of shade and blend it together. And then repeat the process for my next section. So all of this is just going to be in the medium tone. And I'll do the same thing. I will do a section, I will add my darker tone, and then I will go back and blend it with the two. Okay. And then, oops, I want the dark, and I want my highlight or my shade. I'm kind of doing reverse. Normally I do the shade on the bottom, but I'm doing it here. Bust my medium back out. Okay. And we'll do the next section. And I just kind of work my way around. Now, I could probably get away with doing maybe like 2 or 3 sections and then going back and shading, but these blend a lot better when they're wet, and you don't want to keep adding more and more and more, because then you run the risk of kind of bleeding through your outlines if it gets too wet. So working one section at a time, I feel like that kind of keeps everything contained. But I do love these markers. Out of all of the ways of coloring, so that would be our markers, our watercolors, whether it's watercolored pencil or watercolor paints, shimmer brushes. This is my by far my favorite. Okay. All right. So then I'm also going to do this part here. And that is in the medium shades. And then I'm going to do the dark on the left side. It looks like your Wi-Fi name and I add my medium. And again, kind of blend that in. Now I'm going to bring in this, since I'm doing that. Now it's very important, the small little triangle is going to go in that top left corner. You'll notice if you flip this around, it doesn't line up. Okay, so that small is the top, and that is important because I did my shading on the left side, so I want to make sure my shading stays on the same side of my ribbon all the way down my present. All right, so I'm just going to kind of color this in, and then what'll happen is I'll add my dark. Again, on the left side, repeating that pattern. I made it a little bit thick, so I'll do the same thing. I'll go back with the medium, and I like to do like little circles to blend that then. All right, and then even if it looks a little almost splotchy kind of thing, as it dries, it kind of evens out. So that's one thing I like about these, but it does change a little bit when it dries. Okay. So then I'm going to go in with the light. And I'm going to do that on the inside of each of these. Now, some of the markers have more of a like contrast. I don't know if that's the right difference in the shades. That might be a better way to describe it. So you can see there is a difference. It's not that large of a difference versus some of the other colorings, but I wanted to have this nice, vibrant green bow to have this cute red box. So I'm kind of coloring in all of those since they're pretty small pieces. And again, this is the light side. Okay. And then I'm going to go back in with the medium and just add a little highlight, or I guess this would be a shade because it's a darker, on, I'm just going to do the ribbon. I don't want to do that center because I really want it to be that kind of lighter color, so it can it can pop, okay? All right, so I like that just to kind of get an idea of how this card's going to go. you're thinking it's going to be kind of something like this. All right, so now I need to color in my actual present, and I was thinking of alternating my red shades. So this is the dark red blend, so that's the lighter one. So I was thinking of doing kind of this light and the dark. That way I get some contrast, okay? Let me see if I can find... Okay, so kind of this. So see how this is actually done with the same marker. It's just alternating, okay? They did do the same color for the ribbon, but I like this green, okay? So I am gonna start by I'll do a light, and then I'm just gonna kind of work my way across. And now on these, I'm just solid color, especially because I'm using the same marker to do 2 tones. But I'm gonna work my way across. Now, something to take note on is that opposite side. So this is like one of those optical illusions, okay? So it kind of looks like, oh, this triangle but you actually need to kind of line it up and see. So you can just use a piece of paper, you can use your ruler, but something I want to point out, that line goes with that one. So this is this piece right here, okay? So that's the one. So once you've lined up one, it's really easy to kind of just line up the rest because you're just alternating. But again, I'm just on the light side and the dark red blend for the TriBlends. Oops, went a little rogue on that one. And just kind of working my way down and across, right? Red and green, gotta love that Christmas. So, anyone else start their Christmas cards this early? Let me know in the comments, when do you start your Christmas cards? Okay. I feel like July is when I kind of start. I'll do a handful because I don't know. I just always love Christmas. Then I do more of them like October and then November. I feel like I'm always like, all right, get them all done and get them sent out. I always do a variety. I never do like the same card. So it's kind of fun. So my husband and I sit down with like my giant stack of Christmas cards I've made that year, and then we kind of go through our list and we're like, oh, this person would like this one, they really like dogs, or like, oh, this one's got a bunch of blue on it, send it to my friend and her husband's Jewish, so when I do Merry Christmas, and then I do like a little Happy Hanukkah also in there for him. So it's kind of fun. Okay, so now, oh, that's cute. Okay, so now I'm going to color the top of that box in. Okay. I do love this red and green together. It's nice. It's a good combo of like vibrant and very elegance. So, oh, plus this saying cracked me up. I thought that was fun. So obviously this is one that I will have to attach to a present or a gift card kind of thing. Okay. And then let's see here. Oh, I was gonna alternate and do the lighter and the darker, but I don't know. I might just leave it like that. Okay, so let me kind of do some placement and see. Oh, I kind of like that. I think I'm gonna leave the white. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So up next is going to be this piece. Okay, so there is a lighter and a darker side. And let's see, do I like the lighter or the darker side? Let's see. You know what? I think I like the lighter side. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear towards me. Now what this is going to do, it's going to expose that cute white core. Okay, and then I'm going to repeat for the other side. I'm going to tear towards me. Okay. And then you'll see this is going to go there. And then this is going to go at the top and the bar card, kind of that like goldish toffee color you see on here. Okay. So that is generally what our base is going to look like, and then we are going to add our cute little Christmas present and our pull tab. So to build this up, first thing that we are going to do is create our tab. Okay, so when you do your tab, you're going to fold. So I'm on the dark side and I'm folding to the lighter side. Okay. All right, so I'm going to fold that over. And then I'm going to fold the other side over. Okay. And I want to fold onto the light side because then this creates a nice front. Okay. Now for this bottom part, this is our little mechanism that's going to go through. So see how I kind of zigzagged it? So I fold it in and I'm going to fold it back. So then I have like this circle. Okay, so what is going to happen is I'll flip this over. Oh, another option is if you prefer that as your card. So there are two options. I think I liked it better this way with the more green and just a little bit of that pattern showing. Okay, but I'm going to take this and I'm going to push that mechanism through. Okay, so then it's going to kind of flatten out. So this is where glue dots are really useful. So this sliding piece. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of like set that down for now. And this piece, what's going to happen is I'm going to kind of line it up. All right, so there we go. That is my present. And then I'm going to flip it over. And what I want to do is I'm going to take some of my foam tape and I'm going to, it's a little too long. Put that down. And I'm going to place this next to my mechanism. Set that over there. Okay. So this, I don't want it on top. I want it right next to, this is where it's going to like slide in and out. Okay, and I don't want that in the way. All right, so that's going to pop up. Okay, so then next you are going to need a glue dot. Okay, I am out of the bigger ones. They're on my next order. So I'm going to use, two glue dots. Okay. All right, so now my glue dots are here. Hopefully if you have the large ones, you can just do a single large one, which would work a little bit better, but the two smaller ones work fine. It's important that you have at least one on each section of that. All right, and then I'm going to peel the backing off of here. Okay, then I'll turn this over. I'm going to check my placements. Make sure my pull tab is all the way at the bottom. And then I am going to place my present and push full tab. Okay, so I have created my cute, look at that. Okay, now this part. So I see I still have this. This I can trim down. Okay, actually, I'll do it at the end because I want it to, it's going to stick a little bit further out. Next, I'm going to grab this guy. So this is our little stabilizer piece. So I'm going to find the small edge, and that's what I'm going to put glue on. Okay, so I'm going to fold, all right. So I just want to do the small piece. Oops, trying to pop it open so you can see, and did it a little bit much. So that way there's no glue in the center at all. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on just one side. Okay, and then the side that had the glue on it, I'm going to slide that down. Okay, and that is going to be, so the glue side is towards the paper. Okay, so I line it up, and this is my stabilizer. So now it slides up and down very nice and smooth. Okay, so now I need a bunch more foam tape. All right, so this is going to go on both sides and the bottom. And what this does is this pops it up, and it makes sure that there is nothing in the way of that mechanism to keep it from going up and down. Okay, so those are going to get peeled off. There it goes. Okay, so then this goes right on that piece. Ta-da! Okay, and then next is going to be, okay, let me line this up with some marks. So then, okay, so I'm going to do 1 inch and an 1/8 in on either side, but that just has to do with like my tearing and where I want that. But using my Versamat makes it a little bit easier. So 1 inch and an 1/8, and then I'm going to do that on the top and the bottom. 1 inch and an 1/8, and then I'm going to apply some, guess I could have glued this down first before I attached the mechanism. Might have made it a little easier. It's kind of heavy, so I wanted plenty of stuff on here. And then, so I'm just making sure that that is centered on those pieces that I glued down as far as up, down, left, right. Okay. And then I'm going to push this all the way down. And then, now you could do like a cute like V, you could do it straight across. There's even, I think that's like a little like pull tab that you can like glue on top. Like that would be cute to do in like the red to kind of match. Now, as much as I'd love to have it like stick a little bit more, then it won't fit my card base. Okay. Now, something to take note, not a card maker, okay? Put this in a layout, right? Put this up, especially if you put it at the top. Layout, doing some 4x6 photos, be super cute. Right? Okay. So this I'm going to glue down onto my card, which since this has so much bulk and it's taking up my whole card base, I'm just going to apply to my card base instead. Okay. All right. So there is our little Christmas card. It was either this or socks, right? Well, I hope you like. Don't forget, like, follow, subscribe, and leave a comment for a special surprise. All right. As always, craft on.